Hello, it is Cindy Walter, the Healthy Knitter, and we are on episode 79. I hope you have all had a happy Thanksgiving if you're in the US celebrating that holiday. And I hope you didn't overdo it like I did. One of the things I've been hearing so much from so many of my clients is I overdid it. I have had too much sugar and I feel like crap. And we're going to talk about that today, along with a couple, one finished project, something I want to share with you about a project I'm working on and learning through, and some whips and some other fun stuff. So thank you for being here with me today. And if you're new, I'm so glad you found me. And if you're returning, thank you for continuing to come back and support me. And I just appreciate all of you who have subscribed to the channel and who take the time to actually like and comment. I read every single one, reply to them all myself, and it just makes me so happy to hear from you and hear what you guys are working on as well. So we're going to talk a little bit about some Thanksgiving reset tips. And the first thing is to make sure you hydrate before anything else. Often during the holiday itself and then after the holiday, when you're faced with all the leftovers and all the goodies still around, we're not doing a good job with our hydration. So just always have something going. I'm not a great water drinker, so I've shared that on the channel before. I usually add something to my water. We have hydrate that has electrolytes in it that is delicious and flavors the water, in a really, really great way. Right now I'm drinking my Biotics. That's a caffeine-free botanical energy drink, all natural, no caffeine, and adaptogens in it. I have seltzer water that I'll drink, but just really do a good job of hydrating yourself. And I caught myself actually on Thanksgiving Day not drinking enough, and then I got a headache that night. So that's usually my trigger that I know I have not hydrated enough, is I get a headache. So just be mindful of that and keep hydrating. The rule of thumb is to drink half your body weight in ounces of water each day. And that can be quite a challenge, but if nothing else, shoot for 100 ounces of water a day. Shoot for that. You start small and get bigger and bigger as you go. Just more than what you're doing now is going to give you health benefits. And if you can get yourself up to, there are people that drink a gallon of water every single day. But if you can get yourself close to that 100 ounces, that would be absolutely fabulous. The other thing is to get some movement in, even if it's just a gentle walk. Getting outside if you can for a walk. I did that on Thanksgiving Day. We used to run turkey trots. Now I walk my loop, and it's the first time I'd gone out and done my loop in months, and it was wonderful. And then it just sets the day off in a great place. So be sure coming off the holiday that you're getting back to your routines again, that you're getting back to your working out. And if you hadn't been working out, maybe what can you do to add some movement to your schedule, to your day? Simply getting on YouTube. We're here on YouTube to watch knitting podcasts, most of us. That's why you're here. Have you ever searched for an at-home workout that you can do? There are fabulous Pilates workouts, yoga workouts. There's walking workouts. I can't remember the name of the two sisters that do it, but if I can think of it, I'll put it in the show notes, that they just do like steps that you can do indoors or outdoors. So there's so many free workouts you can do right from the comfort of your own home, right from YouTube. So get into that and take your knitting with you. Get on an exercise bike or an elliptical, or if you're going to be on a treadmill, just go slow, but maybe go uphill and take your knitting with you. Kill two birds with one stone, but get some movement in. Don't get yourself feeling yucky and not working out. Get back to it as soon as you possibly can. You do not want to start spiraling. Often what happens is people will have a holiday, or they'll just have a really bad day where they overeat, and then it's a big spiral that then they go downhill, and it's weeks and weeks of eating poorly, and then you have so much more to recover from. One day doesn't ruin everything. It's one day. pick up the next day, get back on track with your nutrition, with your exercise, and you'll feel so much better, so quick, so much quicker. Also, avoid the leftover trap. I know a lot of us have leftovers, myself included, and what I'm just trying to do is have a little bit of the leftovers. I'm not eating like I did on Thanksgiving Day, where I really had 2 big meals. We had our big meal I hosted at 1 o'clock, or no, actually, yeah, 1 o'clock. And then we ate leftovers again at like 6 o'clock. So I'm not used to 2 big meals like that in a day. I typically do yogurt with protein in it for breakfast and a shake for lunch, or vice versa. And then I'll eat my 1 big meal a day at dinner time. So I got off track too. And with leftovers, if I'm eating my leftovers, that's my big meal. So I'm trying to be good the rest of the day, and then allowing myself to enjoy the leftovers. But I'm not eating leftovers for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and having dessert more than once a day because there's so much left over. Don't get in the trap of that. And if you need to give some of the leftovers away, share them with others. Maybe that's something you need to think about doing. But just like your yarn stash, you don't need to keep everything, right? All right, another thing to remember is to continue to stretch out your neck, your back, your hands. I did do some significant knitting, not the week leading up to Thanksgiving. I had my youngest daughter, Maddie, and her boyfriend, Mark, home, and then my daughter, Jenna, also. And Maddie and Mark were only here for 3 nights. So during that time, very little knitting got done. We were preparing to do a very small little Christmas celebration. I had stockings for them because I won't see them for Christmas. And so it was just very, very busy. Then once they left, we had Thanksgiving, and I hosted, like I said. And so then it was really yesterday, the day, Black Friday, that my daughter Jenna and I got a ton done. She brought home her tank top that she's making with granny squares, and we got done a lot. We didn't finish it like we had hoped. We didn't get to it early enough, and we couldn't finish it in one day yesterday. So she's taken it home, but I think she's got a good grasp on what she needs to do. Her squares were a little smaller than the squares on the pattern, so she has to do more than what it calls for. No big deal. It's still going to look adorable, and then she'll attach it. She's got most of them attached. She'll attach the last squares, and then she'll do a finishing border, and it'll be beautiful. So I'm excited to show you that, and I'll get her on here, and we'll share with you when she's done. But with that, yesterday, we watched 2 Hallmark Christmas movies and 4 episodes of Friends while she worked on her crocheting and I worked on socks, and I'll show you all that I've been doing. And, then today my neck is really stiff because I was hunched over and I was in a comfortable chair in front of the fire, but I was in the same position for hours, and I did not practice what I preached to you guys. So my neck is really, really feeling it today. So I want to remind you guys to make sure you are doing your neck exercises, rolling your neck. You can be doing twists where you twist one direction and then twist in the other direction, and make sure you're doing your neck and also your hand exercises. I've been working on socks, and my pinkies are like this, and they're not tense, but they're in this position for so long. I wish I could figure out how to not do that. If you have any advice, let me know, but they just naturally do this, and then they get ouchy after a while. So just remember to do your exercises. Yoga actually is good for so many things, but some of the things that you do with your hands on the yoga mat really can help with your pain that you get in your fingers and your joints from knitting. So being down on your yoga mat, it can be very, very helpful. And my daughter Katie can attest to that. My daughter Jenna too, such great yoga teachers. So just be sure you're doing that, and then sleep, guys. I don't know about you, but I had way too many late nights with my kids home. Then we had our grandbaby, so you may not know that, but while my daughters were home, the baby was born on the due date, November 23rd. Let me show you a picture. Let's see if I can. This is the picture when she was born, little Maria. So that's my son Tyler and his wife Justine and Maria. And oh, she's just getting cuter by the day. I'll show you more current. Those of you that are grandparents know your whole feed becomes here's us FaceTiming with her. when she got, oh yeah, she was home at that point. And then, oh, here's a cute one. We got to work on her frowning. She frowns a lot. I told her, Mommy, we're going to have to gua sha her forehead to get her frown lines out, but this one's so cute. She had to go get her pictures done for a, look at her, for her passport and some Taiwanese paperwork. And she just has her, like, she's just kind of scowling. So we're gonna just soften those babies up. I think 100 kisses from her Mimi will take care of that. But is she not the cutest little thing? And then my son thought she looked like my oldest daughter, Katie, when Katie was born. So I dug up some pictures of Katie when she was a newborn. And yeah, there's some similarities. So she's just precious and everything went well. So thank you guys for your comments, for your prayers. Mom is doing wonderful and we're leaving a week from tomorrow to go see them. So I'll probably do one more podcast before we leave and then I'll be podcasting to you from Taiwan. So we're so excited. But anyway, back to knitting. Why you're here in the first place. Oh, and I lost my notes here. And then the last thing I want to make sure to chat about here is sleep. Yes, I had late nights with the baby being born late at night and with my daughters being home. And I wake up at the same time pretty much every morning. I had one morning that I slept until 6:30 and I thought I had died and gone to heaven. I actually woke up thanking God for the good night's sleep because typically I'm up like I was today at 4:30 in the morning at my desk with a cup of coffee, doing my quiet time. So just make sure that if you need a nap, you're taking a nap. If you need to go to bed early now because you're exhausted from the holiday, that you're doing that, and it's hard to catch up on sleep. So you just want to get back into your normal routines as soon as possible. If you need to take a nap, take a nap. If you need to go to bed earlier, go earlier. But just make sure you're getting that rest that you need. And I think that was, that was it. So those were my tips. And I'm not wearing any hand knits today. I'm in my workout clothes because I'm off my routine big time. It's middle of the afternoon and I'm just getting ready to go work out, but I wanted to do this first. So that's why I am here in my workout clothes. All right, so finished object. I have my Christmas socks. Vanilla socks from the Crazy Sock Lady. I did these on 9-inch circular needles in the West Yorkshire Spinners color Holly Berry. Love these. They're just adorable. I did nothing different to them. This is just how they worked out, and I'm thrilled with them. So I've got those finished, and then I only have one finished of my herding hens, but I wanted to show you this. All right, so lessons learned on this one. This is my first colorwork socks that I've done. And I followed the instructions perfectly down to here. It was just 3 sets of the hens. And you went up a needle size here so that it wasn't tight. I was really worried the whole time I was knitting that it would be too tight. This is the size medium, and I would make myself a large. Because I do have a hard time getting it on my foot. I was making these for my daughter, Katie. And then the heel was a totally different heel than what I like to do. I have done the afterthought heel and the heel flap and gusset, and I love the heel flap and gusset. I've mastered that. I love it. I love that it's a little bit thicker. I love the feel and the fit of it. So I wanted to do the normal heel that I'm used to on these socks. And very quickly I realized that their heel, let me show you the picture, is much smaller. Their heel is just this little tiny piece here. And so they go right back into the pattern here. So they just have this little area of heel there. And the way I did it, I have a bigger heel, and then I had to decrease back down. When I picked up my gusset stitches, I had to decrease my stitches back down to be able to do the hen. So I just decided I was going to keep going on this and do just one hen down here and get it the length I want and finish it. And I'm going to do another sock just like this to match this one. And then I'm going to make my daughter the proper socks with the 3 sets on the bottom, the way that the picture is photographed. And I'm going to do the short row heel and just give it a try. So this was just a good test for me. Sometimes I need to do something new and different when it's different skills as a practice run first. My goal was to have these done and to ship them to my daughter before I left on my trip so she'd have them for Christmas. And I'd been plugging away at these, and even when I started, I had questions along the whole way. Would they fit? And so I'm disappointed I'm not going to have them done for her, but I want her to get a good pair of socks. I'm going to see her in February, so my plan is to have them done beautifully for her in February. And I can get this over my foot. I can wear them, but I may finish the set and give the second set to someone else too. I might do that. But anyway, that's my 2 cents on that set. They're adorable regardless. I mean, come on. That is just such a cute sock. Oh my gosh. All right, then I have made significant progress on my vanilla socks on Magic Loop, 2 at a time. I did my heel, flap, and gusset, and I'm almost completely decreased. I think I have 1 more row of decreasing, and then I'll start working on the foot. And I'm liking it a little more. I keep saying I'm never going to do this again. I don't know. I mean, I do like that they're done at the same time. So there's pros to this. I think I like doing them in the circular individually better, and doing the cuff on one, the cuff on the second one, an inch, you know, and just going back and forth. But this is the color Rock Slide from Vesper Sock Yarn. Vesper Sock Yarn, Rock Slide, 2 socks at a time. So I should have those done this week, I would assume. And then I did cast on 2 new projects. The first one's kind of comical, but I'll show you anyways. The first one is the Jaunty shawl, and I've made no progress. I got started, and that's it. I got started, and I was a bit confused by the pattern, ripped it out several times, but it's the Andrea Mowry Jaunty. I hear people love this pattern, and I will get it. I'm making it with 2 beautiful yarns, the Spincycle yarn and Shetland Jameson's Spindrift. Do I have these? Let's see. So this is Jameson's of Shetland, Spincycle, and Stonewash and Spincycle yarns dyed in the wool in something Wicket. That's what these 2 yarns are. So it will be beautiful. I'm planning on doing half the shawl in this color, half the shawl in this color, and then wrapping it. So we'll see. That will probably be going with me on my trip and may not get touched really until I go. And then my other new one that I've cast on, I went to one of my favorite stores. Let's see if it's on her bag. Yep, Yarn Birds. My friend Robin owns Yarn Birds, and she had a sample of this Laurea pullover hanging. And when they say samples sell, they mean it. I felt this, and it was amazing. And I had one of the yarns already here that I used in my pink Icelandic sweater that I just completed, that I barely touched. And I was like, what am I going to do with the rest of this yarn? I really had almost 2 full skeins of it left. And I had bought 2 skeins of it. So I then bought, let me pull out my tags. So this is Magpie, in Magpie Feather Highline, and it's just beautiful. And then I am mixing it with another Magpie Fibers Swanky sock yarn. Wait to see these 2 colors together. Look at this. And you can see little hints of that blue teal in here. Gorgeous. And when you mix them together, Oh my goodness, is that ever delightful. So here's the neck, and it's purl 3 knit 1 ribbing, and it is as soft as it looks. I'm sure you can see the little hairs on it, the little fibers on it. So this is beautiful, and I'll be working on this, and it's supposed to work up pretty quickly because it's got pretty big needles and a big gauge. So the Laurea Pullover, very excited about that. So those are my 2 new cast-ons, and then the other thing I'll probably be bringing with me is my red Victory cardigan. I'm not even going to show that I haven't touched it in days. So lots of projects that I'm working on that'll be coming with me that I'm excited about, several that I haven't touched. I did find the one project, let's see here, that I couldn't find hanging on a shelf downstairs in my basement. And I was excited because I thought I was losing my mind on that one. I had started this last year. It is universal yarn, and it is a cable hat and a scarf. And I had made the hat, and it's adorable, and I love the colors of it. Gorgeous, just gorgeous. And I had started the scarf, and beautiful, but for some reason I put it away, and I hung it on a shelf, never to dig it out again. So I found that. Don't know when I'll get back to it, but it is beautiful, and I will get back to it. But just in case any of you were wondering where on earth my missing project was, I did find it. We are not going to be doing another knit along until I get back in January, and I will schedule, I did not get a January date on the calendar, but I will. Next podcast, I'll announce that. Today is Small Business Saturday, so a couple things. Number one, if you have Black Friday specials through Cyber Monday with your local yarn stores, I just encourage you to do that. We dropped my daughter off at the Columbus airport this morning, and we went to visit my friend Robin, and I don't need much and wasn't planning on, really getting anything. She had a 50% off table. So I did look at the table, and she had this very soft 100% alpaca yarn that I purchased to make fingerless mitts. My daughter Katie has a new pattern that she's going to be launching soon. So I have my yarn ready to go. I think she's going to ask me to be a test knitter for her. And the only test knitting I've ever done is for my daughter. But I have yarn to do that for her. And then the other thing I bought, I've bought this yarn before at a show, Frogget Yarns. And this was 50% off, sock yarn. And since I pretty much do socks once a month anyway, sometimes I'm making more than one pair a month these days, I did buy 2 sets of sock yarn. Both the same Blue Jay. I think they're both Blue Jay. No, Blue Jay and North American Robin and Blue Jay. Yeah, obviously they're different. There you go. So, and then I did buy one of this opal, and this Robin was sharing with me. She has a sock machine, and I need to watch her do this because she told me she can make a pair of socks from start to finish in 30 minutes. I'm like, you're kidding me. It takes me 30 days. 30 days versus 30 minutes. But she likes to use this opal in her sock machine, and it's super soft. My husband was reading about it. I think it's German. Yeah, it is. Made in Germany. And does it say what it is? Yes, but it's in German. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it, but it's a very, very pretty color, and it's self-striping. So I got a little set of that too. So I got a nice supply of yarn for a very small fee. So I felt great about supporting Robin and getting to her shop, and I just love her. Hoping to do an event with her in February down at her beautiful shop in Columbus, Ohio. So when I do, I will announce that to all of you guys. I want to see as many of you there as I possibly can. And again, you know, definitely support your local yarn stores if you can this holiday season. And I want to thank those of you that support me in my health and wellness business as well. I've had a small business since I've been a mom for 30 years. I have worked from home selling all kinds of products, now health and wellness products, for the last 13 years. And it can be challenging, and through the ups and downs with COVID and afterwards, I'm more grateful now than I have ever been for every client I have that continues to order products through their own online account, but it does support myself and my family, and it is just such a blessing. So thank you for your support, and to all of you small business owners, I wish you a fabulous fourth quarter ending and a very successful new year. Thank you. That is it for now, guys. I love you all. I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I'm so grateful for you. I'm so grateful for this growing community. Please share this podcast with anyone you think it can benefit. Like, subscribe, comment. Let me hear from you. What are you working on so that we can communicate a bit? And stay tuned. I'm going to do another workshop, hopefully by the end of January. And we are getting close to securing a retreat, hoping for third week-ish of August in northern Michigan. We have a location we're excited about. We just haven't pulled the trigger yet. But what I'd love to hear from you in the comments, if you're at all, there's been several of you that have said, I'm in on a retreat, let me know. Would you guys prefer 2 nights or 3 nights? That's one question I have for you. And, oh, there was another question I had for you. Late summer or fall was my other question. So late summer or fall or even winter, what would your preference be in 2 nights or 3 nights? We are looking at late August, third weekish of August is what we're thinking, because my daughter will already be here from England. If we did it later than that, we'd have to have her come back again. So that's what we're looking at right now, and we're really on the fence, 2 nights or 3 nights. I'm thinking 3. People can come in on Thursday, then we have all day Friday night, all day Saturday night, and people can depart on Sunday. So we want to do some hiking and yoga and have healthy food for everyone, and a couple excursions. Maybe we go to the wineries one day and knit, go to a yarn shop, have projects to work on together. So we've got a lot of ideas swirling around, but I'd really love some feedback from you. So please write in the comments, and if you have my contact information, my email, you can shoot me a message as well. I'd really, really appreciate that. But we're excited, and we want to know from you guys what you're looking for, what you'd be excited about, because we want to make sure it is one absolutely amazing event you'll never forget. All right, that's it. Have a fabulous day, and we will see you next time. Happy knitting.